that good?
Yeah.
Good, okay. So yeah, I came from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and how I ended up here, I will kind of get to. I have trichotillomania. I have since probably grade primary. I'm 22 years old now. For most of my life, I only pulled my eyelashes, and when I started university, I started pulling my head hair. I didn't tell anyone. I just kept it to myself. I didn't tell my family. And about 3 years into pulling my head hair, it started to get to the point where there was bald patches, and I knew I needed to tell someone. And my mom asked me one day, she was like, "Oh, Melissa, you should get your hair cut. I had this long, beautiful hair, but underneath it was all patchy, and I had a lot of bald spots." And she was like, "You should go get your hair cut." And like the thought of that just made me sick to my stomach. But I was like, no, I want to be able to get my hair cut. And I actually found a hairdresser in Halifax that focused on hair loss. So I went to her, and she was my saving grace. She set me up with a hair system that I wear now. I still do have hair, but it kind of acts as a top layer to my hair. And then after that, obviously my mom realized that I needed help. And it's funny because she realized it more than I did. So she contacted me last October. I was living away, and she messaged me and was like, "There is a conference." It was this conference last year. She said it's in Toronto, and I would love for us to go to it, for us to fly up and just see what it's all about. And I was kind of hesitant, but I was like, you know what, it's a free trip to Toronto, I'll go. And so I went, and the conference changed everything. I saw how it affected my mother. I didn't realize that my trich affected my family, but I watched my mother listening to the stories and crying. And that kind of was like, okay, this doesn't just affect me. And I met Sarah, and she actually told me of a group that was in my own backyard in Halifax. That was a support group, which is a branch of the CBSN. And so I started going to that support group in Halifax and started meeting more and more people and started getting more and more involved with the community. And I never thought of myself as somebody who wanted to talk about my trich. I just kind of kept it shoved under the rug, and that was it. And after kind of meeting Sarah and kind of getting involved with CBSN, I love talking about it, and I realized how much it has helped me. Even just in my daily life, I used to, none of my friends knew about my trich, and then I started opening up to them and realizing, there's, people care, and you're not alone. And the community that I found online for the BFRBs, and it's a great online community of support. So even from Halifax, I connect with everybody up here. We share our stories, and it's really great, and there's so much power in that I didn't realize until I came to this conference kind of hesitantly last year. And it really changed my life kind of in amazing ways. Now I'm up here speaking, and like Melissa said earlier, she was at the conference last year in the back row, just kind of shy. That was me. And now I'm here, and I've met so many amazing people, and just the community of people that deal with what you're dealing with, and being able to talk to them, it's amazing. And there's really no feeling like it. And something else that kind of stuck out to me was people tell you, trich's not something that you may ever, it's not just going to go away. It's, you might deal with it for the rest of your life. And that took me a really long time to come to terms with. For the longest time, I was working to try and, get rid of my trick. But now I'm working to accept my trick. So I think that was kind of another really big turning point for me, to realize, no, I think rather than, putting all this energy into stopping pulling, I need to put this energy into accepting that I pull. And then the stopping, maybe will come down the road. So, yeah, that's my story.